follow with the time difference to get all the headlines, and they had said the fact that the Dutch royal family were pelted with tomatoes at the weekend on a visit to Russia. And it was due to the fact that there's a separatist party in Russia called the Bolsheviks, funny old thing, and one of their members was imprisoned in the Netherlands, and it was put down for being a suicide, which they weren't happy about. It was a bit suspicious sort of thing, so everybody that thinks, and don't get me wrong, I know I've worked with a lot of Dutch people, they're nice folk, the majority of them, but this liberal Nirvana that they portray probably isn't as true as people think, mate, so just get the two lads home and then go to that sort of thing, mate,
Aye, I know. I mean, it was something that was, they do give the pretence of being liberal, but you see how they're trying to ban the headscarf, and they've got a lot of right wing, what's that right wing, I can't remember his name, that came to prominence recently, the Dutch guy, but yeah, there's a lot of, they do give a good pretence of being liberal, but at times it can be anything but, but...
Well, I think that the bigger picture that they've got, obviously, I mean, they're not full party like the Netherlands Commonwealth anymore. The islands out in the Caribbean, Aruba and Curacao, the Dutch Antilles, but they've sort of went to a dependency status, and the local people in there, the indigenous people who ended up being like descendants of slaves, etc., and people who's come over from Venezuela, they've got their own language, and they're fantastic, make great food in that, but there's a quite high percentage of expats move out from the Netherlands in their mid-50s and buy a little bar or a little B&B over there, and they have no interaction with the local community whatsoever. It's quite spooky. You can quite easily see how the old South African apartheid worked with the Dutch overtones in it,
Yeah.
The way they flow about there. But no, it's apart from that, I enjoyed hearing Sean and hearing Richard last night. I thought actually a few excellent points, obviously, about Dr. Reid himself, sort of thing, I know probably the club's in the position where it's doing things behind the scenes. I think it was somebody who retweeted Jake's mate or the Tam Celtic account saying that the lad who was injured by the police dog, he's getting a tour of Lennoxtown, when he gets back. But I think you look at when Reid was there, and obviously he's got everybody's phone number, Tommy. He can be phoning his old counterparts in the Netherlands to get things rolling. And the amount of people we've got sitting in that boardroom that have got private jets, who have got worldwide industry. I mean, it's not like the old days where you had to put a number through a switchboard. So I'd like to see, hopefully, as I say, the priority is get the two lads back, and there's a lot of good stuff off the good brother about the retweet we last night. Hopefully there's the Celtic Trust have got the page up for donations for the lads, and
did you? I saw that earlier on, yeah.
Hopefully there's going to be a wee bucket collection or something. There's a banner getting made for throwing a few quid in for, they'll be getting delivered in a few days' time. But I mean, only one of the few positives you can take out is how refreshing it is to see your support just getting together and saying, right, let's get this sorted and get the boys home, mate,
Indeed, I know. Aye, I mean, I try to get through to the earlier on in the day. I was trying my wee bit to get through it. I thought we were getting through to the mayor. God willing, I'll try again tomorrow. Every little bit helps. I don't know if I could. I thought I was getting a hold of the mayor earlier on there. Somebody gave me a mobile number, even wasted a good bit of credit. Fucking bastard. Couldn't even get through to the fucking bastard mayor. But sorry for the language, but I'll try again tomorrow. Onwards and upwards. Yeah, free to Amsterdam too. Yeah, I reckon I've got a good chance. I reckon I've got a good chance, because the more exposure the world is and sees what these Dutch police and Amsterdam police did, I mean, they mess with the Rang fans. They definitely mess with the Rang fans.
I think it was the homeboys.
I get paranoid about the old crackles now. As soon as I hear the first crackle, it's hang up and let's go again. That sounds better.
Hello?
There you go.
How you doing, mate? Right?
Aye, there you go. What were you saying, sorry?
No, I was just going to say that the lad at the end of the Homeboys last night, I think his name was Francis, an East Ender, God bless him, who lives in the Greater Amsterdam area, and he gives a very good account. I won't repeat it because I'd probably get things mixed up, but he gives a blow-by-blow account of the conditions the lads are in, etc. And he was a lad, he went up and offered for them to be building the house,
That's good. And they still turned them down, yeah?
Well, I think obviously he tells it maybe getting up on the Friday with the lads' clothes, etc. And one of the boys, I think it was Patrick's passport, etc. And the police wouldn't have anything to do with it. Things getting moved about, and there's been something. I'm not going to be. I don't want to be disrespectful and start taking things off the top of my head. If I usually talk about it like this, I'll take a few notes so I get everything 100%. But I think it's very draconian. Like visiting mirrors and all that stuff, mate. There's absolutely no reason for the two lads not to be popped out and sent home now. And I think the longer this goes on, and I think it's going to, and at the end of the day, Glasgow's had a few football events, like the Champions League final when Madrid won it, and obviously other things going on. But I think that the longer this goes on, it's going to expose Amsterdam for what it is. And I think I said to you the other night, you've got 88 Man United fans being arrested, the Chelsea fans last year, and things. Well, maybe if the city was hit in the pocket and wasn't given any big sporting events, maybe it was time to just crank it down a bit, mate, and it's a shame because, as I say, I worked with a lot of lovely folk from the Netherlands, for enough, many of my fans for the team, but there you go. So we'll wait and see, comrade, But I say, hopefully...
I say Glasgow strikes back and everybody takes a chair and a joint and a cup of soup to George Square and starts our own Amsterdam cafe. So there you go. We could fight back against the Dutch, start advertising, I am Glasgow, and you see everybody there. We'll get onto Facebook. Everybody sits there with their curly hair and their sandals and a big doobie.
Well, here's what are you a fan of Cypress Hill?
Aye, they're all right, aren't they? Old Cypress Hill, aye.
Did you ever see them when they played the Barras?
I didn't know, To be there?
No, I'll just say I had a few acquaintances there. I was out for dinner that night and...
Were they the mad bastards that did Insane in the Membrane?
Dr. Greenfilm and all that. I wouldn't be about Cyprus. But they were, I tell you how long ago it was you could still smoke at concerts. And they played the Barrowlands. A few very close people to me went to it. And I was having dinner, and they were in Molly Malone's afterwards after a cup of Guinness. And the old boys come in, and their eyes were as big as, I don't know, a UFO. And they said halfway during the gig, the lead singer shouted, Glasgow, I've ran out of dope. And one of my friends said, this cruise missile-sized joint was lobbed at the stage. And they needed a flamethrower to spark it up. And they say that I played all around Europe and that's the best bit of gear we've had yet, and they say that just blew the night away and said there was no on it. So I think you're right, it could be easily done, and obviously all the karaoke with that daft fucking cone on the top of the Duke of Wellington's fucking, there's no many Irishmen in Glasgow just they want to spend £60,000 on it, is there?
I know. Yeah, but we should strike a blow back to the Dutch and start our own coffee culture. We could strike a blow back and say to everybody, don't fly out to Amsterdam to get your weed. Come to Glasgow. We've got the best homegrown shit gone here, and we've even got cafes in fucking George Square. You know what I mean?
You've obviously, you're a man with your nose to it, and you've obviously heard the sound of birds isn't going to open back up, and it's only ever going to get a coffee licence, mate. So it's maybe time to reopen birds as a real pub bar or something,
There you go. Hold on, I'm just going to phone you back, stay there. His sound quality was good, right? Coffee shop and birds. Right.
Thomas, mate. How's that okay?
Aye.
No, I'll just keep you for another couple of minutes, mate, in case anybody else phones in. But hopefully Sean's alright, mate. I was nearly getting a helicopter to Lourdes cranked up for him last night.
But listen, but he was terrible to start with, but he was sounding better for the end of it, so it was a bit of therapy, I think. We helped him out there. You got to love the frankness of somebody like that. I mean, he can say everything in one word that it took me and Richard to say in about 1,000. He could just fucking... He's a war criminal bastard, and he never deviated for that. You got to love fucking... He's fair play, you know what I mean?
Aye, definitely, mate. Aye, as I say, the bold Dr. John. But I say, obviously Richard made... I thought he made very, very good points, mate. It's a very good show as usual, you know. It's always good to get... I see somebody tweeted me earlier on tonight and said that something James Bond account or something, says, oh, you're that parrot guy that goes on Tomish. What is that? So I told him to phone you in sometime. He sees he's nervous to phone you in to talk to you, Crack.
See, that lovely lady Liz phoned in last night. I mean, she said kidded on she was nervous at the start, I mean, but people just kid on, say they're nervous, but that's just an excuse so they don't phone in. I mean, it's just a lot of nonsense. As if, I mean, if you come in peace, if you come with peace with me, I mean, if you're here to smoke the peace pipe, then I'm all chilled out with you, I mean? If you come on here for some trouble, then you're going to get an arky cunt like me fucking getting it back, but... So there's nothing to be nervous about. If you come in peace, if you're a Tim and you come in peace, then there's nothing to be nervous about, isn't there, no, Parrot?
Not at all, comrades, but I see I get the old Parrot Express phone line was going earlier on. I was getting texts from on social media, people tell me that there's trouble afoot at the big house in the morning, so get your ice cream and jelly out there, sounds it.
There's always trouble at the big house, but it's never... I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of waiting for the big trouble has to be just shut the place down. Yeah. That's the only time, unless the big trouble is the place is shutting down and the police are in there and they've got big fucking signs, do not enter, crime scene, CSI, unless there's people in there with fucking forensic shit giving it yaldy, then I don't want to know, Parrot. Come on, we've got better things to do for Celtic. You tell us, you know, we've got better things to do for Celtic to sort out. We've got this AGM, we've got the living wage, you've got the fucking MSP thing coming up next week as well, where that's at 2. I'm still trying to get hold of that. I'm trying to get hold of that Stephen House. I've still got... I get an email, I need to find it. I need to fire an email to him. Right, anyway, sorry. What were you saying? We've got so much stuff to do, forget about the Mankey Mob, we don't need them.
I think it's a good point, though. I mean, you look at the positivity and the collectiveness that we've got together with unfortunate circumstances with the 2 lads and the other people that were injured in Amsterdam. And, you know, in the weight of this social power. And I'm not talking about storming outside Celtic Party pitch for us to sign a Spreaker. It's certainly the living wage, the 0 hour contracts, and a few other things, maybe a wee shake-up of the club ethics. And I know they're trying to address some of the various charity things, but for me, that's just money. These proposals are just to shake more money out of the fans. You know, there's no, you know, as we've talked about, there's no a big street sale at a Potter soup. You know, pay £50 for a pint of homemade soup, and either put an extra £1 in, and that will give somebody homeless or somebody who needs money or needs fed a wee pot, mate. So hopefully, I mean, look, we've got all the time in the world to get it sorted out, mate. So hopefully, this collective mindset, we keep it together and we get on. I mean, at the end of the day, football's football, mate. You know, we're not going to be sitting watching a Milan game a couple of weeks ago. We're going to be looking about going, a person I might be finishing work here and going to go to a food bank so that his family's getting fed or our family's getting fed, mate. You know, so I'd like to think I'm quite ethical, you know. I only eat fresh free-range eggs and all that, you know. I was a vegetarian for a lot of years. I like to have a wee couple of, don't get me wrong, it costs money to be ethical with everything, but the things I can be ethical I'm with, me, you know, and I don't like to see the place where, you know, it's respectful, and it's a place where we all go in, we're all collectively a group, and we celebrate everything that happens in that place, and to me that's sooner than the rest of me, mate, you know. People who are sitting, who are billionaires, and people who are millionaires conducting the policy. There's people, you know, there's people below the line getting taken in by the Kennel Foundation and stuff, and there's people working in the stadium who should be on a wee bit nervous.